We are back at it again. Good to see my friend Liz Hayes. Hayes Soundwaves, what they call me. Let's get straight into it. The trilogy of the Michael Jackson documentary series, from Off the Wall to Thriller, now finally to Bad. Buckle up. Get your popcorn ready. We're going to be here a while. Let's go. Second album, first album was already a hit breaker. Second album, greatest album ever sold. Now I gotta follow that up again. Oh my gosh. And the fact that Thriller was in retaliation of not getting records, not getting rewarded at the Grammys.
Broke. And it was in between the records.
Wow, I've never seen this.
I said, you know, Mike, there's a lot of pressure. Why? Maybe you should think about, why not do an album of cover songs that inspired you? Jackie Wilson, James Brown, just go a little left to center so you don't feel like you have to compete with yourself. And he looked at me like I was from Mars. Because Michael thrived on that pressure.
The original album title was Smooth Criminal. That was the original name of the album.
Really?
And, again, Michael called me up. He said, this is what he wants to do.
Calling it Smooth Criminal. Interesting.
A couple days later, I got a call from Quincy Jones. Larry, he says, I got a problem with the album title. I go, Mike, it's actually kind of cool. It's edgy. It's kind of cool. He says, I understand what you're talking about, Larry, but I will not allow this album to be called Smooth Criminal.
The black man calling it album Smooth Criminal.
Appropriate at the time. I said, well, let me call Put It Out.
This was the most published music image of the year. We were prepared for it for 3 days. We were shooting the video in the subway in New York. Every day after shooting, and you'd go, okay, let's do it. No,
Michael Styles, dog.
Okay.
Well, it is quite different from anything I've ever recorded or I've ever written. It's a bold statement to say, but I mean it in all goodwill, you know, so don't take it too seriously.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm saying, it's like a way of saying you're cool, you're all right, you're tough. I'm not saying I'm like criminally bad.
Yeah, Michael always adapted to the times and always changed the times as he adapted to the times. That's why he's Michael.
And the guys I went in with, they all, you know, all approached the characters kind of b-boy-ish, you know, characteristic of b-boys, you know, with the yo, man, yeah, this type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's not my particular style, so I went the opposite direction of what they did.
Right.
And I played it very, very subtle.
Yo, college, what's your major, man?
This is high school, there ain't no majors.
Then what's your minor?
It's so good. It's so chill. Yeah, it was aggressive. Yeah, it was very intellectual.
Wesley Snipes after that moment.
Are you bad?
Shout out Wesley, bro.
Or is that what they teach you up at that little sissy school of yours? How to forget who your friends are?
This New Jack City right here. This Nino Brown right here.
Damn.
And one of the things that I found was this piece of paper, which he wrote bad film on there, and it's titled Today's Motto. Let nothing be a take unless I'm extremely satisfied, unless I felt it in my soul.
You
Wow.
wanna see who's bad?
Wow.
Who's bad?
He took what was
Look at you.
formatted as a choreography, and he learned it to the point where he could break out of it when he wanted to and get right back into it without skipping a beat.
That's insane.
Michael would just spin and snap out of it and grab himself. Ho!
He was one with the
Any of this was
music.
going to happen. And that goes to show you his genius.
What makes one go out and mug a person? I mean, there's so much involved in a person who does that. Insecurities, frustration, resentment, all of these things. In one movement, I have them lifting the leg up with that feeling of wanting to fly, like we all want to do, we want to fly. And the next movement, it's just anger, and the next move, it's tenderness.
Wow.
Michael goes, okay, I want you guys to just follow me.
Right.
Oh my God, it was church, it was James Brown. If
It
any
was.
place reaffirmed him, or if he was trying to reaffirm to people who he was and where his roots were.
He cared about us, man.
And the soulfulness that he has, and frankly, the blackness that he was. It's those last 30 seconds.
Yes, sir. I love the last. This is my favorite part of the short film. All right, Mike.
I Just Can't Stop Loving You is an interesting song because it's the first single released off of the album.
Which
so
a bold
the firing
move.
squad was ready. They would have ripped anything. It was actually originally intended as a duet with Whitney Houston.
This award honors you for your consistent artistic and technical excellence in all forms of media and for raising the standard of the art form to
How
new
we never
horizons.
got this?
Thank you, Whitney.
You're welcome.
Wow.
To all the fans around the world, thank you very much.
Look at these beautiful people.
So Arista Records says, you know, we don't want Whitney to be overexposed, you know.
Clive Davis.
On the mic stands. And in the moment that I saw the music sheets where it said, Michael Saida, that was the moment that I realized, oh my God, I'm doing a duet with Michael Jackson.
That's wild. She killed this, son. She killed this. Michael's such a silly man.
And Michael started tossing. I think it was popcorn. I'm singing, my eyes closed, and I'm feeling this. And then Quincy, all Quincy sees is me, you know, he said, Sid, this is studio time. You're wasting time, Sid. You're wasting expensive studio. And Michael is cracking up. And when the stars shine, I'm breaking you out of fire. A love so true. When morning awakes me, will you come and take me? I'll wait for you. You know how I feel. I won't stop until I hear your voice saying I do. This thing can't go wrong. This feeling so strong. Oh, my life ain't worth living, and I can't be with you.
Could make it work.
The one thing I didn't think was possible was just to do a translation of the song. So I
Word for word, you mean, right?
Yes. So what I said was, let me understand the song and I'll be as close as I can.
One more. I think I need more level, too, in the phones. Like, I'm drowning the track out.
It was a privilege for me to watch the way he performed and the way he handled this.
Like, this nigga learned Spanish, son! Like, what we doing?
Sorry, you can continue. Okay, here we go.
Hey! Look at Michael. Only Michael could have did that.
When he sees the girl, he did a thing with his fingers going. Happened once. My brother was operating the camera and caught it. I said, oh my God, thank God.
Michael had the best sounding fingers.
Thanks! Like, hey! Like, hey!
You knock me off of my feet now, baby.
Oh
Everything
my God!
stopped. We had to stop shooting because people just froze. They actually froze.
Look at Michael. Yeah. Come on, Mike. Ooh. Yeah. And LaToya. I forgot LaToya was in here.
I told Joe Pitka, who's going to direct it, that I wasn't going to do any dancing. But the more I listen to it, I think I want to put some dancing in there.
Yeah.
Could you go to a studio and like work on some stuff maybe, and then I'll come in and join you? And Joe came in to see what we were doing.
The fact that Michael said, I
and he
want
heard
to
this
dance.
music going on, and he...
The idea that I had for the video didn't have a place for that. We had to very quickly improvise where to put that. That's where we came up with the fire hydrant idea.
So cool. Like, what? Again, Michael, going back to that Broadway stuff.
He says, because you were originally supposed to kiss, but Michael's too shy for that, so don't kiss him.
Michael
When
too shy.
Michael did finally come out, and we got close and we hugged. I could smell like a minty fresh scent from his breath. Yeah, so
that was a signal.
I kind of think he
You should have went for it.
prepared,
You should have went for
but
it. She was told definitely, don't kiss Michael on stage.
He was complaining she was becoming too aggressive. on stage. And everything.
Michael don't like
Yeah,
them
I made a
aggressive
joke.
girls.
We had to make Spike Rabbit dance with, right alongside Michael. And that was really, really fun because, for one thing, we had to work out the choreography between what he was going to do and how we were going to do it, and figure out exactly how the moves would work and work right to the music. And called up one day, he got around to saying how much he loved the California Raisin commercials. So I realized where he was going, and I said, Michael, you should be a raisin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really need you to call pertaining to the backup guys. Their characters got to be much stronger. It doesn't hit it right on. This is very important. Thank you. Bye.
It's like it's a
the rap Raisins materializing behind me. I wanted to define their character, and as far as expression, which is 99% of it.
Right.
The one guy has the glasses, and he has a type of attitude that he's so cool that I'm fortunate that he's here. And he's much too cool for like one of these.
Look at Mike.
And the other one is like a sarcasm. It's like what you looking at. The other Raisin would be this style, no glasses.
He looks so
his
much like
eyes,
Janet here. It's crazy.
It's most of the expression, like.
It's like, Michael, it's just a commercial, son. Like, this is not that serious, but Michael involved. Look at it like that. Look at the assassinate from Michael. But it's like, I'm involved in it. It's gotta be serious. Well, not serious, but serious.
Engage with beauty and the idea of Africa as a site of beauty. It just speaks to the fact that Michael had a very strong African consciousness.
He loved
went
his
to Africa
people,
a lot.
man.
He was very engaged with the continent.
Is there a Liberian girl in your life?
No, I wrote that in at my house in the game room. I guess I was playing some pinball or something.
Life Flex.
And the song just popped in my head, and I think I ran upstairs, put it on tape, and it became Liberian Girl.
Well, it's probably the point where they may have run out of budget.
Yeah, I guess.
It just has a bunch of celebrities that are waiting for Michael to show up.
I do wish it would have been different. Like, if it's gonna be about Afro, go to Africa, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You gotta go to Africa.
The song itself actually wasn't going to make it onto the album because he'd recorded it earlier.
Captain
He actually
EO.
preferred a song called Streetwalker.
Interesting, really? Huh.
The litmus test is always what song gets Michael dancing. So when
Another
Quincy
part
saw
of me.
Michael just dancing all around the studio to another part of me, he said, that's what makes this song go.
That is a good call.
Michael Jackson's Bad
I would have taken another part of me.
is black music, and dare I say, pop music's first stadium album.
I'm shocked this wasn't the first single. I would have made this the first single off the album. Oh my God.
People forget that Michael Jackson's a soul singer.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson grew up watching Jackie Wilson, James Brown, and the whole circuit. So his default move is always to go raw.
Yeah.
I love Dirty Diana.
That's
That's
your
one of
favorite
my,
song? I love
one of my
Dirty Diana,
favorites.
yes. Why?
Because it's a life story of a groupie. I hate to say the word groupie, but that's what it is. And it's something that I've experienced, and a lot of people who grow up on the road.
That little thing was so important to Michael to catch that little space there. I was like, why is he making such a big thing about it? Not playing. It's brilliant, though. It's as important what you don't play as what you do play. Still good.
Man, what a record, man.
Michael gave me the music and he said, listen, don't impose your opinion or your feelings or your choreography or your thoughts on the music. Let the music talk to you and tell you what it wants to be.
First time we discussed it, he got these visions in his mind of what he wanted to do. The robot, the car, the kids, the drugs.
Every kid in this whole world can take drugs because of me.
And
it was called Chicago Nights.
I'm sorry to pause this real quick. It finally clicked. All my life, I'm like, what is Smooth Criminal about? I think it's about drugs and how drugs has been affecting the community and been affecting the kids. And are you okay? And are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been struck by a smooth criminal. That's the drug. Jesus! Are you kidding me? That's what the record's about. Sasha, if you see this, that's what the record's about. I gotta say this to my homegirl, yo. That's what the song's about. Smooth Criminal. That's drugs. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I had to stop. It literally clicked. It finally clicked. Wow. Okay, go ahead. Wow. Look at that. That's where I come from. He did that on You Rock My World. That's crazy. That's from You Rock My World. Wow. He got that from here. That quarter shot is crazy.
This is a drawing titled...
But when it came to style, I showed Michael an all-time favorite of mine, which was The Third Man, because it's sort of gangster-ish. We should shoot it in that kind of style, and he just loved that style. And making use of the shadows that they had with that sort of film noir look.
So good. This is my favorite music video by Michael. I don't think anything touches Smooth Criminal. No disrespect to The Thriller, no disrespect to Bad, no disrespect to Remember the Time. I don't think anything touches Smooth Criminal right here. The setting, the clothes, the dances, the choreography.
There's a story, actually, that Quincy told me years ago. And what he said was that Michael had the ability to come in. He could lay down the lead vocal of a track. And then he could sit there, listen, just put the time in, and figure out where all the harmonies should go. And then do that, not leave until he had the harmonies right. And when I think of Smooth Criminal, I was just impressed, again, the vocal.
He could sing bass, baritone, and tenor, but he chose to sing mostly tenor.
Oh.
He goes clear down to bass low C. That is low. That's a basso pitch. And Michael would go right on down there with vibrato, and clear up to a G above high C. I mean, that's enormous. That's more than three and a half octaves. He really didn't want to grow up. He wanted a child's voice. And I always tried to encourage him to use his beautiful speaking voice.
Right.
I was in Europe one time and the phone rang and he said, hello, in a perfectly male voice, baritone. And I said, Michael, why don't you use that? He said, I don't like it down there. I like it up there.
It's cracking when it goes
I
up.
want to be all the way open.
There were some of the songs that he was singing, he needed a much wider vocal range, and with the exercises that Seth Riggs provides for him, it enabled him to open up his range so he could sing higher, and much lower.
So I had to make sure that his voice was even from bottom to top.
Yeah.
I have some very strange exercises, which are a little different than most people's. And they're called speech level singing. So we started doing these crazy things. Gee, 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 gee. Sometimes there's
In this corner, there was a green fiberglass case, and there was a CPR dummy in the case.
Honey, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, honey? Honey, are you okay? It's like, okay, I don't think she's okay.
I gotta be honest, and I was never a big fan of that song. You know, Michael loved it to pieces, man. Played it. I remember we went to do the video on that. I never heard, there must have been 135 decibels. Loud, man, I mean, ears were falling out.
I love the, yeah.
Who teach you guys your dance steps?
There's one guy I saw on the show, Don Campbell. He changed my life. He did not dance like everybody else. He didn't move like everybody else. He's just walking to the beat. Walking, walking, walking. Jump up, stop, stick out his own hand, give himself 5. Hunch his shoulders, point it, and that was locking. You can see Michael doing, like...
Yeah.
You can see him doing those, he's putting this locking in his, you can see him just incorporating little things into his stepping like that, you know? Funky chicken, that's a funky chicken. So these dances came from Soul Train too. Michael Jackson, he loves it. He loves the locking, he loves the popping. When you see him on stage and he's ticking.
Yeah. The VMAs.
Michael is deep into the urban contemporary dance, because I don't call it street dance anymore. It's left the streets years ago.
Right.
I had created movement for Michael from his passage in to his passage out.
Also, it might be his best choreography too. Low key. It feels free. Like, even though it's choreographed, it still feels, oh my God, I love it.
For that break in the middle, he just wanted to let the dancers feel the set. I mean, we'd been shooting for quite a while by then. And he just said, you know, I don't want anything to disturb us. And I said, I was shooting 5 cameras at the time. Plus, Jerry had 5 cameras. So there's 10 cameras shooting. And you know, we didn't know how long it was going to go on for.
It's insane. Red shirt Mike.
Are you okay, Daddy? Are you okay? So
I don't know if anybody else has connection to their music like Michael.
A lot of the songs he writes are about being observed, either from the point of view of he's the object, or that he becomes the person looking at someone like him or the object or person.
You really murked somebody on the video and it disappeared.
Sorry, this bothers me, but he said, I would give anything just to be able to go to a party and stand in a corner somewhere or stand behind a curtain and put my head out and be able to see what it's like for real people to just be real people.
It's the choice that we make, and this choice you will take. Who's loving me back? So just leave me alone.
Yeah, this ain't special, just
when
a
you see
mic.
that film
That's celebrity.
with all of those images, every image that you see of Michael started out
Look at
as
Bubbles.
35mm movie film, which then turned into a stack of photo prints this tall, which people sat around for 2 weeks cutting out. There was one guy whose job was just cutting out Michael's hair. The Charlie Chaplin ball and chain idea was Michael's. We knew that we had a sequence where we wanted to have a dance sequence with the Elephant Man's bones, and so Michael showed up the day of the shoot with that piece.
Leave Me Alone was extremely ahead of its time.
Leave Me Alone was my favorite video and song off that album.
Yeah.
Like, just even the amusement park setup and the way they chopped the
fact
graphics
this-
up.
it didn't-
There's nothing that compares to that even to this day.
How did it not
as far
win
as,
Video of the Year
visuals
by
go.
MTV? I'll never understand.
Michael's quest for creative independence, which started when he and his brothers left.
Like that lets you know, like sometimes it just, I don't know. Like going back to the video I did on Neil Young, This Note's for You, the fact that one over Leave Me Alone lets you know that MTV, all these places, a lot of that stuff is politics. It's not about who's the best or who. There's a lot of internal feelings, a lot of messiness. So it's like, how does this not win Video of the Year for MTV? Like, so yeah, it's just like, man, forget them, man. The people love you. The people know who's the king, who's the greatest. That's all that matters, Mike. We love you, man. Like that video is so iconic. That video is so, he literally made himself in his circus. He literally made himself a circus, and how everybody treats him like he's a circus when he's a human being. Like, yeah, whatever.
2-3 hours later, I get a call, and Quincy goes, Sid, this is the best song that I've heard in 10 years. And I'm like, yeah! The key was one step too high for Michael. So Quincy wanted me to re-sing the demo in the new key. So I come here and I'm singing the demo in the new key, and Michael is filming me.
Whenever you're ready, Miss Saida.
Gonna make a change for once in my life.
You know that's Michael
Feel
snapping.
real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
She's tore this song up and down, boy.
As I turn up the color on
Wow.
my favorite winter core, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need?
She has everything down. She has literally everything down. Who am I to be blind? Like, she literally has everything down. And she was able to get in a lower key. Like, she has everything down. Even though Michael could have sang in that key, though, which is whatever. But I guess Michael, what's funny is that Michael chose to sing in a deeper, in a lower key on this. The wind is blowing my mind. It's like, okay. Like, I'm glad that he did that. But yeah, like, the fact that she had this down, like, she had all of this down to a science. And then gave it to, it's almost like I don't know how you even correlate it. It's like everybody had a piece of whatever. It's like a semi-line. Like, she hears the piano, then she gets the words, she sings the words, give us to Quincy. Quincy's like, can you get a lower tone? Okay, sing a lower tone. Michael films it, then he interprets it, and then gets Andre Crouch, then gets the choir. It's like, God! Like, well, this is what it was on the 7 days when God created heaven and earth. Like, this is the 7 days. Jesus.
And Andre, I got a song. If you were
R.I.P. Andre Crouch.
And wondered where a choir should be, he said, I would love to have a choir, and I've heard your music.
If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that
Change. I said, right there, he said, you're exactly right.
And the choir sang,
man in the mirror.
Wow.
Andre Crouch's choir seriously threw down at the end and featured all kinds of singers, including, I didn't even realize that the Winans were on there.
My brother Marvin asked him, you know, exactly what do you want us to, how you want us to do it? He was whispering into Quincy Jones' ear, and Quincy would actually relay the message to us. And my brother Marvin said, well, Michael, can you talk? Mike broke out of the shell, sat down on the piano, started playing the part. I didn't even know Michael played piano.
Okay, here's my favorite lick, right here.
Yeah, baby.
Jeez. When the session was over, everybody was going back to their cars, and I was listening to it with Quincy. I said, Quincy, you know what? We should have put change at the end. He said, yeah. They were getting in their cars, parking lot, and I whistled, and they all come. I said, come in, we gotta do something else. And they came in. I said, just say,
wow, that's the punctuation.
And then Michael said, make that change.
Somewhere between.
Oh! You can't tell me God ain't real, yo. I'm sorry. You can't tell me God ain't real. God, Jesus is real, real to me. Jesus is real, I know they real to me. Oh, shout out to John P. Key. Oh, I know. Jesus is real. I'm sorry, I had to get that out. It was going to bother me.
Sometimes it's hard to believe he's even gone. Just the amount of
Every
music
day.
that I hear.
Every
the
day.
number of times.
Every day.
I hear people telling me about
a family member.
children that are discovering Michael for the first time. And all these things, it's like this energy that just does not go away.
No one can quite say what the creative process is because I have nothing to do with it almost because it's created in space. It's God's work, not mine.
Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collarbone, my favorite winter coat. The spring is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, but not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them eat? I saw us disregard a broken bottle top and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why no one got to know. I'm starting with
Come on!
You can call me crazy. And you're crazy. And I made me crazy. Possibly. Shout out Nars Barkley, CeeLo Green. Call me crazy, but this shot, I'm gonna go back to this shot real quick. This shot right here, take the music off. I think right here, I'm not here to say what I think he see. I think he is seeing God right here. You can call me crazy, but look at the way it's almost like I grew up in the church. There's a certain feeling that you can't even explain. I'm telling you, it almost like he's seeing, feeling God right there. I'm telling you. I know that look. I've experienced that look when he's seeing and hearing God right there. You can say what you want, but yeah. We have to continue to let his legacy live on because his spirit lives on and his music lives on. And we have to make sure that lives forever. So, but that's Michael Jackson. Bad, as I'm getting emotional right now, so I'm about to get out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, share all things on the thing. Shout out to Spike Lee for the documentary. Ain't gotta go home. Do gotta get to stepping. Peace.
I know